What culture does more than anything else is help us get meaning out of the world. It teaches us what the things around us mean. The interesting thing about the astronauts on Mars is that for each individual astronaut, their relationship to the Martian is this extreme otherness, which was my feeling with the Piraha and other groups I've been at. I mean, for the Piraha, I might as well have come from Mars. I mean, I was the Martian. I mean, I wasn't the astronaut. I was the Martian, and I was the one that they were all staring at and pulling my skin and wondering. I've had them ask me if I will die, if I will ever die. I've had them ask, they've seen me cut myself, so they know I have red blood, which was a reassurance to them. But what the funny thing is that the cultures we consider to be so different from ourselves here on Earth, if I don't consider myself in my basic cultural values and way of being to be particularly like a Frenchman. I love French culture, but I'm not French. But compared to the Piraha, we are the same. Well, it's a fascinating book, and it makes sense to me that somebody like Umberto Eco would write a book like that, because that is where our interests overlap, are understanding the nature of meaning and where meaning comes from. And when you find people who come from 3 different cultures on Earth, they each have their own ways of getting meaning out of the world. Now they confront a Martian who has a vastly different way, maybe an incommunicable way of getting meaning out of the world, and suddenly theirs seem very much alike. So to me, it's an experience of encountering difference, cross-cultural work, and the recognition of similarities among others that we thought were only different. And so part of it is because we define ourselves not only by positive characteristics, but by negative characteristics. And so who we are not helps define who we are. And so you take 3 people. I'm not Japanese, so that helps me define myself, however that is, Irish American. I'm not Russian, but I'm sure not Martian. And so you put a Russian, you put me up there with other people from different countries, and I'm going to say, oh wow, I am sort of more like them. And so the learning of differences and similarities is a never-ending process, and to me that was the main lesson of the 3 astronauts.